From Asbury Park, New Jersey, where the crowds are gathering for the ultimate summer event. A day at the beach like no other. Sun and, of course, Town America trying to recapture a little of the glory from its fabled past and give you a front row seat for the hottest ticket in town. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, their first studio album in almost 2 decades. And we've got them live for an exclusive concert today, Tuesday, July 30th, 2002.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Welcome to a special edition of Today on a Tuesday morning. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Katie Couric in Asbury Park, New Jersey, about 57 miles south of Studio 1A as the crow flies right here on the Atlantic Ocean. It's a hot day. We've got a hot show, and of course we're here with a few of our closest friends who have come to keep us company this morning.
We have drawn a crowd on the beach, thousands of people here. In case you've never been to Asbury Park, let me tell you a little bit about it. Like a lot of other places in small town America, this place had its heyday back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and then it fell on some hard times, in particular in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and it extended into the 90s. Now the people here are trying to pick themselves up by the bootstraps and rebuild this city to the tune of $1 billion. And by the way, the boss, Bruce Springsteen, is this city's biggest supporter, its biggest cheerleader, and the people here love him right back.
And coming up, actually, we've got a story straight out of a Bruce Springsteen song. Of course, I'm talking about those 9 Pennsylvania miners who have an amazing story to tell. We gathered all of them, and we'll hear from them in this half hour, actually in just a few minutes, in an exclusive interview. And of course, we're also celebrating a landmark in music history because Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, which shot to prominence 27 years ago with Born to Run.
When we were around college age.
Yeah, actually, I was just in kindergarten,
You were
Matt.
a freshman in
anyway,
college, and so was
they're
I.
releasing their first studio album since Born in the USA today, and of course, all these folks have gathered because Bruce himself is going to sing a few songs from that new album called The Rising, as well as some old favorites this morning.
And if you listen to the lyrics and you listen to the songs, they have an awful lot to do with Bruce's reaction to the events of September 11th.
And in this half hour, Matt, we're going to be talking with a man who yelled something to Bruce when they saw each other shortly after that terrible day that really inspired this new album.
That's right. We want to mention that a lot of the people, or some of the people who are going to be inside listening to the concert today, jumped on what we call the Today Show fan bus in the middle of the night last night in the middle of Manhattan. They drove down here. We're going to find out what their escapades were like and find out what time they arrived. They're looking at the bus right now. And of course, inside the convention center, as Katie mentioned in our 8:30 half hour, Bruce and the E Street Band performing live for all of you at home.
We've got some other fun things in store also this morning. We're going to have a cookout with some local fare. And we're going to also build some sandcastles that even Donald Trump would envy.
And he knows a thing about a castle or two, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Before we get to all of that, let's check out the